Who do you think the best presidential golfer was? Is.
Ooh.
Is.
Ooh. Clarification. Who's the actual best golfer, or who would say they're the best golfer? I think those are different answers.
We will talk about all of that coming up right now.
Do not change your life. This is the Unimportant Podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. Golf Digest. I can't figure out how to. There we go. Turn that thing down. There we go. Golf Digest put out this thing of best presidential golfers, and I am curious of your opinion. I think that's a pertinent question. What did you ask? Ask that again. Let's reset what.
Who would actually win? Well, I think there's three things here. Who would actually win in a golf tournament? Like if all the presidents played, who would come out on top?
I would imagine the youngest
would
guy.
Do best.
Well, the ones that are alive would probably do better than everybody else.
This is make believe, so they don't have to just a presidential golf tournament. 46 of them, all on a thing playing golf. You then have who would tell you is the best. They're the best golfer. I think we all know who the answer of that is, and the third one.
Well, wait. But who would tell you is the best golfer is like all of them. Like Donald Trump obviously would tell you he's the best golfer.
The fact that you knew exactly what I was saying, I think answers the question.
But also Bill Clinton would be like, yeah, I'm definitely the best golfer. Right? I don't know.
I did not shoot that ball in the water.
Okay, so
I don't think I have a very good Arkansas accent, but
yeah, I don't know how well that played out. So here's where the precipice of this argument comes in. Did you say the third thing? What the third?
Oh, the third one would probably just be who has played the most golf.
Yeah.
I guess somewhat relevant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So the precipice of this argument, or the I guess the genesis of this was Golf Digest put out this list of presidents with their handicaps. Have you seen this?
No.
So presidents and their handicaps, presidential golfers ranked by handicaps. The first
what exactly is a handicap? A handicap is when you start with that score and then that
I was going to say no. I think
even.
I think you take off that score at the end. This is two guys having a golf.
Yeah. That's what I meant. So you get like HW has an 11, so he could. It's like betting, like the points betting. It'd be like George W. If he shoots 10 over and beats somebody who he would win against somebody who had a 0 handicap if they scored the same.
Yeah.
He can shoot 11 points more. He can do 11 more shots and still be even with somebody who is at par.
I'm looking at the comments right here. Kelly Slater, can we audit these cards? Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, dude. That's exactly. Oh, shoot. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, darn.
Hold on.
Your account has temporarily been locked? Oh, no. This is a disaster. What, why? Continue. Okay. This is not, hold on. I can't stream this part of it.
Stream password input.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, so let me get this back logged in. But you saw that list, right?
Yeah.
The presidents ranked by their handicap. Now, here's the thing about handicaps that I do know is that you set your own, right? I'm not a big golfer, but
do you?
Well, it's dependent on the scores, but by set your own, I mean you tell the other golfers in your group, and then tell the club or whoever's putting this list together what your handicap is, which is where you have. What's up?
I guess I thought. Well, I guess it would matter where. Is it an official? Because I know there's tournaments that you can play in that factor in handicaps, and I would assume you do more than just put down your handicap. Like if you're playing for, obviously not like a big professional tournament, but like a country club tournament, I know they play with handicaps. So I would assume that if money's on the line and stuff, you wouldn't get to. You would have to prove that handicap.
Yeah,
somehow?
I mean, in a tournament, but when you're on the course with just a bunch of buddies, right?
Right.
Imagine I don't know.
Yeah, but if 46 presidents are playing, this is gonna be a big deal.
Well, yeah, especially the dead ones. That'll not only have we cracked who's the best golfer, but we've apparently cracked mortality. That's another thing that we've solved.
All right. Hold on. Presidential golf. 46 presidents, most of them dead, playing golf at the same time as the Super Bowl. Who gets better ratings?
Including dead presidents?
I think the presidents has to win here, right?
Easily. Like, not even really close. Like, over the Super Bowl? I just watched the Super Bowl. I'm watching dead people play zombie golf. What you're asking is zombie golf with the former most powerful people on the planet versus the Super Bowl. Like, that's not even really a question.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Dead presidents.
Okay.
Well, all 46 presidents.
Okay.
Versus an all-time Super Bowl. So the all-time best players, dead or alive or old or whatever, in their like if they're all real alive in their prime, what gets better ratings? I think it's the Super Bowl. Has to be the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know. Can I bring this up? Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't entirely listening to the question because I'm having technical difficulties and I want to bring this stupid thing back onto the screen, but I can't for some reason because this is so frustrating. Oh, never mind. Here we go. We're going to be able to do it like this. This is a little jank. You've got to be kidding me. All right. So I'm going to bring this list back on the screen because I'd appreciate some people giving some insight into who they think is the best presidential golfer. Hold on. Is it up yet? It's not up yet. All right, here we go. Dang it. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. So Donald Trump is at the top of the list with being the best golfer per his handicap, supposedly. Right?
I think I believe that. This dude plays a lot of golf and owns a lot of golf courses.
Yeah, I think I believe
he's been playing
that.
for like 50 years.
Yeah, so I think I believe that. I'm not sure which tee he hits off of, to be honest.
Point. There's no way he's cranking out 300-yard drives.
Oh, and he'll admit that too. The only self-deprecating thing that I think Donald Trump has ever said was when he was on a golf course and was like, "Yeah, my drive gets shorter every single year." And I'm like, yeah, I could see that. But I don't really have a bunch to quibble with number one there, Donald Trump being the supposedly best presidential golfer. But then you get down to number two.
Joe Biden at 2 is a joke. There's no way.
No shot in hell that Joe Biden is the second best presidential golfer according to his handicap.
Well, so here adds another question though. I would think that at no point Joe Biden would have been the second best president golfer, but the third one down is JFK, who's obviously been dead for a very long time. So his handicap ended. How old was he when he died? 48, 40, whatever. It doesn't matter. So like he was in his golfing prime. Joe Biden is clearly much past. So are we talking about a 45-year-old JFK and a 45-year-old Joe Biden? Because then
that's
Joe
a
Biden
good
has
question.
a shot.
That's a good question.
Because I think you have to do that. And I would believe that Donald Trump 2.8 handicap if Donald Trump was 50. It's 76, no chance, right?
We've got it. Hold on. Kim says Biden is handicapped, all right. And then Gabriel says best clubs in the world wouldn't help Joe Biden. Yeah, I'm not buying this at all. Okay, sorry. I'm going to skip a bunch down. Barack Obama is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th on the list. Get out of here with that crap. Barack Obama, again, regardless of what you think about him from a policy perspective, I know a lot of people are not big fans of Barack Obama, especially the watch on the show, and also I am not. But dude is an athlete. Like, have you ever seen Barack Obama play basketball, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a nice stroke.
Yeah.
Both on the basketball court and on the golf course. There's not a shot that he's ranked number 9. Mind you, behind several congenital liars on this list.
Yeah, and like several confirmed non-athletic dudes, like HW, Ford, Nixon. Like none of these guys are athletes. None of them.
None at all. I mean, it's HW. I was going to say George W. was on his Yale cheerleading team, so that probably had some athleticism there. So So here's another thought that I was having when I was
Mhm.
looking at this list. Barack Obama is pretty far down on the list, as I would think. I don't think he actually is that far down on the list. But remember, in today's day and age, politics plays a role in the presidential everything. Everything presidents do has a political angle to it. And
Yeah.
so with that, Barack Obama, being the average guy that he is, or at least seemingly coming off that way, I would imagine deflates his handicap score to be one with the average Joes of the world,
Yeah.
because he comes off as a regular dude and does beer summits and
Yeah.
whatever else. I think that also plays a factor in the role. If you're just joining us, I know there's a lot of you just joining us now, and there's some people in the comment section like, what the heck are you guys talking about? Presidential golf handicaps, because that's the important issue that needs to be discussed for the day. What were you going to say, Barack Obama?
I was just gonna say, I don't feel like he played that much golf as a president. Like with
Are you
Trump,
kidding me?
he's golfing all the time.
Hold on. Are you kidding? That was like a whole talking point for like
What?
8 years.
I
How
feel like he
much
played
money?
less golf than most other presidents.
Well, regardless of
some
how
other
much he
presidents.
actually did play, he played a lot.
Really? Yeah.
Golf. I remember huge stories of Barack Obama golfs with his buddies. Barack Obama. There's not going to be any articles from way back when. Oh, here we go. Golf Digest. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, I'm
bring
sure
up
there's a
this
how many
screen.
times did Biden golf?
Obama? Are you talking Obama or Biden?
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
I thought
Obama.
you were talking about Obama. Obama golfed a
That's
lot.
no, that's who I'm talking. That's who I'm talking about.
I can't imagine Joe Biden golfs at all.
Yeah,
Because
no,
I don't know that he can. Is the thing? It's
I would
not,
think no. Okay, so Obama played 333 rounds during his 8 years as president. That's once every
is-
8.77 days.
This is Golf Digest, and yeah, we've crunched the numbers. Barack Obama played. Okay, are you reading the same article?
I don't know. How would I
Yeah.
know that?
Oh,
because you're on it. Okay, I got you.
yeah, on an actual thing. So yeah, Obama played a lot of golf, which upset a lot of people because people don't like, I don't know,
Yeah.
presidents playing golf, I guess. But that's my main point here is
hold on. DJT 307 days. So he played twice as much.
and that's in one term. Are we talking about
Yeah,
Obama's
yeah.
8-year term?
President Donald Trump spent 307 days, almost a full year, golfing during his presidency.
Okay, during his presidency. What did you say Barack Obama's was again?
333 over 8 years.
Over
Whereas
8
Trump did-
years? So yeah,
Right.
twice as much. Yeah.
Dang.
Bottom line here
Who
is
who golfs that much? Like I like golfing. I golf twice a year because I don't have 5 hours 3 days a week to do this.
and a ton of money to play at nice courses. But I guess if you
Yeah.
have that kind of
If you-
money, that makes sense.
Or if you own the course.
Yeah. The bottom line here is I
Ooh.
don't buy this for a
Ooh.
second. I don't buy it for a single second that the presidential golf handicap is anywhere near what it actually is. Barack Obama being number 9 is hilarious. Dude is an athlete. No way that he's that far down on the list. And also an argument, again, like I just said, can be made that he lowers his golf score because that's part of his political thing, being like an average guy. And there's no way Joe Biden is number 2. That's hilarious. I could
No.
see Donald Trump being number 1. I could see that. Dude seems like he golfs a lot, and like you mentioned, owns several golf courses in which I would frequent if I were him.
You think presidents pay their own?
I do know the answer to this.
What is that?
What were you going to ask?
Like are they paying their own green fees?
Yes. On private courses, on military-owned courses. So the Air Force owns a course. I believe the Navy owns a course near DC. I don't quote me on that, but I believe the president gets to play for free on all of the military/government-owned courses.
That
Are you
makes
cool with
sense.
that? Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
a
So
taxpayer?
question though
Okay.
is, I would assume the president's the only one golfing.
I also don't think. I'm pretty sure they get the other people, like they have a couple holes in between, but
I guess I would say that like let's say you're on a golf course. The president's gonna have to they would need to pay for the other missed tee times, right?
Yeah.
Like if
I
you
guess
have
I see that.
golf courses have, especially big nice courses, have people come through every 15 minutes or whatever, and
Mhm.
it's like I would assume that the 15 minutes or maybe even the hour before and after, the Secret Service is like, no, we're not just gonna have random dudes or like other
People
people
wandering,
just
yeah.
around. So you would have to think that like nobody can be around the president
so
doing
what
that. So
what
like, is he
happens?
buying out those other tea times? Because that at these nice courses, that would get real expensive. So I would assume no. Is the golf course eating that, or like what?
That's a good point. I don't actually know. And I think that's, I don't know, something to be discussed and talked about.
I would think that
Because
like a course would be fine doing that one time, but if you're coming 300 times,
Yeah.
like
I don't
that's a
know.
lot of money.
That is a lot of money. And is that taxpayer dollars? I'm
Right.
against presidents golfing or enjoying their time at all.
I am against presidents being happy.
Yeah, well, I am kind of for that. I feel like I don't know. I wanted to bring this other thing up that I feel like you would find fascinating or
Mhm.
interesting at least. Shoot, where is it? Have you heard Where's Jackie? You've
No.
heard this.
No.
How? It's literally all over the internet everywhere.
I avoid the internet.
Well, so this is, hold on. I'm actually going to share this part of it while searching. Oh shoot, here we go. Dang, I don't know what's happening here, but apparently Joe Biden wandered away from the
What? Wait, whoa. What? Play this.
You want to play this?
What?
Okay.
What is?
Hold on, we'll start it from the
Okay,
beginning.
thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President.
She's like calling him back. Like, where are you going?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
weird.
Mr. President.
Also, what is Alejandro Mayorkas doing there? So this guy's
I don't know
the
who that is.
Department of Homeland Security secretary, I believe. He's the
Mhm.
guy who's in charge of the border. Do we believe that the hurricane was sent by another country to attack the United States?
Is
I don't.
FEMA under that umbrella though? It might
Oh,
be.
that's a good point. I don't
I bet it
actually
is.
know.
I
Yeah, I
bet
think
it
you're probably
is.
right. Here, okay, so back to this. Look at this. I just searched Biden. Just type in
Yeah.
Biden Jackie.
Okay.
This happened yesterday, and we talked about it on the Daily Caller show.
Oh yeah, I did see.
So
this.
you have heard of this? Gosh.
I don't know this person. I just know he forgot that she was dead.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Watch this.
I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this. And I want to thank.
She's in fact deceased, which is
Oof.
not a good look for the
Oof.
president of the United States.
That's a gaffe for sure.
So Biden himself.
To be fair, like how many people do you know? Like a couple thousand, maybe, that you've like met or would
Yeah.
know their name. Like single digit thousands, maybe.
Yes.
How many does a president know? It's got to be
A
in the
lot.
hundreds of thousands of people that
A
he's
lot?
supposed to know their name. Yeah.
Yes, a lot. You're absolutely right. And I think that would have been a good excuse. But while you were saying that, I pulled up this clip from
Uh-oh.
Karine Jean-Pierre, KGP, the White House press secretary, who gave this excuse instead.
But today, the president appeared to look around the room for an audience member, a member of Congress who passed away last month. He seemed to indicate she might be in the room.
So the president was, as you all know, you guys were watching today's event, a very important event on food insecurity. The president was naming the congressional champions on this issue and was acknowledging her incredible work. He had already planned to welcome the Congresswoman's family to the White House on Friday. There will be a bill signing in her honor this coming Friday. So, of course, she was on his mind. She was of top of mind for the president. He very much looks forward to discussing her remarkable legacy of public service with them when he sees her family this coming Friday.
So I don't know. Like I always wonder this. This clip is going to get passed around because it's obviously a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
Wouldn't she and the president have been better off if she kind of went like, whoops?
Yes, that's the point. That's the whole
No
reason
one
why
would
I
be
brought up that
talking
statement.
about this.
So, but to your point that you said earlier of How many people do you know? The president, if the White House press secretary got up there and said, the president deals with hundreds of people every single day. There's 435 Congress people. He doesn't know all of them personally by name.
Yeah.
That would probably be a decent excuse.
Right.
Here's the problem, though. He actively went out of his way. This is a Republican congresswoman who died, by the way. So in order to score bipartisan points, he made a public statement when she passed. He called her family and had the White House flags lowered to half staff, which then makes the argument of, he doesn't know everybody. Kind of a difficult one to make.
See what you're saying.
So I don't know. That's just I get. But okay, so here's what I really wanted to bring to this this particular conversation. Let's see, Biden.
I'll be honest. I've lost track of which conversation we're having, but
all of them. We're having
Go
all
for
of
it.
the conversations at once. I wanted to play this for you specifically. Let me see if I can find the actual clip. Oh, geez. All right. Sorry. Can't. Got to play this one instead. Whoopi Goldberg tries to explain the Biden gaffe. I don't know. Is this worth watching? You tell me. Am I playing this or do I want to go to the actual thing that I was trying to find?
Nah, play this first.
Okay. Dang it.
Yesterday, the White House addressed a gaffe from President Biden at a conference on hunger, nutrition, and health, where he asked for a representative who died in a car accident last month. Take a look.
I want to thank all of you here. Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was.
The
It's
president
so
appeared to
brutal.
look around the room for an audience member, a member of Congress who passed away last month. He seemed to indicate she might be in the room.
Of course, she was on his mind. She was of top of mind for the president.
He said, "Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? She must not be here."
No, I totally understand. I just explained she was on top of mind.
The confusing part is why, if she and the family is top of mind, does the president think that she's living and in the room?
I don't find that confusing. I mean, I think many people can speak to sometimes when you have someone top of mind, they're a top of mind.
My gosh, come on. You can't go after him for, not giving aid to Florida or not tackling the infrastructure. And he's giving aid to Ukraine. So you can't go after him for that. But you can go after him for forgetting that someone has passed. I mean,
Yeah, Whoopi, because we're concerned.
Continue.
We are concerned that the reason he is doing or not doing those things you listed is because he's crazy. That's what we're concerned about. So we're like, hey, you don't seem to be interested in all the wild stuff he's doing. Like, oh, that's fine. So it's like, okay, well, let's talk about this other thing. He doesn't even know where he's at.
Well, here's the thing. I think so. Brett Baer brought up a good point of like the White House press briefing room. The entire press pool like jumped on this. They were like, we're not letting this slide.
Yeah.
Probably because they're tired of having to cover up Joe Biden's mistakes. They were like, all right, I'm tired of turning a blind eye and pretending this isn't happening. The dude is calling out the name of somebody he knows to be deceased, and we're all supposed to just pretend like, yeah, it's just kind of a mistake. So give us an honest answer from the White House press briefing room. That's what I think is happening right now. They're tired of covering for him, I think.
I just still don't understand yeah, that was weird, huh?
Yeah.
We've been yeah, that was weird. I did that. I did something like that the other day too. Give me a break.
To be fair, I think a lot of us, at least I did. Well, I didn't have a talk show when Donald Trump was in office. But if I did, I probably would have had to use I'm not sure what he was doing there quite a few times when he was in office as well.
We all did.
Yeah. Do you want to hear more from Whoopi or move on to something else?
I generally like hearing less
Whoopi?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the thing I was trying to find is this Joe Biden like hunger thing. Let me just I'll read you a piece of this article. At that same thing that we were just watching, Joe Biden was attempting to put forth a plan to tackle hunger in the United States and also obesity. Same speech, same everything, trying to tackle both of those
really
things.
Do feel like opposite problems, don't they?
Do you have any solutions by any chance?
You asking me specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you some solutions.
Maybe give the
Hey, so actually, listen to this. You want to hear something I think is interesting?
yes.
So, what? I'm formulating.
There's a
Give me a
comment.
second.
There's
Give
a
me a
comment.
second.
Sorry, can I bring up the comment?
Yeah.
Can I bring up the comment?
Share
while
the
you
food,
formulate?
fat people. This is a good point, Ryan. Take food from fat people and give it to the skinny ones. Honestly, we need food socialism is what we need.
Oh, jeez. We're calling for food equity, food equity. People have too much food. I like it. Take the food from the fat
Fat
people.
people are hoarding all the food. Similar to the way the billionaires are hoarding all the wealth, fat people are hoarding all the food.
What was your comment that you
All
were
right, so-
trying to make?
So check this out. So in 1980,
Mhm.
obesity rate in America was right around 10%,
Oh, geez,
which
we're
is
getting some solid insight here.
which is what it had been for many years before that.
Okay.
Kind of like for as long as we know, it's been about 10%.
Yeah.
In 2022, we have passed 40%. 40% of Americans are
Whoa.
classified as obese, and more than 60% are overweight.
Mhm.
So that 1980 is not that long ago. What has changed? What do we think has changed?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
I have
what do
no
you
idea.
what-
I don't
if-
know. Culture has changed. Eating out, I think, is a huge thing. I think people eat out way more often. Do you also do you have the right answer, or am I just speculating
I
into
do.
the wind here?
I actually do
Okay.
have the right answer.
Well, can you tell me? Because I don't know.
Get this. You're not going to believe this. Caloric intake
Uh-huh.
has stayed the same. We're not eating more food.
No, I don't believe that. Really?
Sugar intake has
Yeah.
decreased almost 50%.
Are you kidding me?
We're eating the same amount of food and we're
Okay.
eating half as much sugar as we did 40 years ago.
No way.
I'm dead serious. There's a lot of solid data on this too. So, but before 1980, we weren't
Yeah.
fat. Let's just go back another 100 years. So let's go back to 1880, right?
Okay.
Things would be roughly the same as far as caloric intake and sugar intake in 1980, roughly.
Yeah.
So here's the difference. If you go and strap one of these, like some kind of walking meter, onto an
Okay.
Amish person, which is
Oh.
the greatest, which is probably the best modern day example of somebody we have who would be living in America 100 years ago, right? They live a very
Okay.
similar lifestyle.
Mhm.
They walk 17,000 steps per day.
Dang.
The average American walks 3,500.
That's a lot less. What? Okay. And I guess that's what you're saying. So I was going to ask, what was the average back in the 80s? But I guess you can use Amish people.
That's our best guess.
Okay. Here's a quibbling question. How do you get the electronic wristwatches on the Amish people?
Some of them volunteered. Some of them are willing.
Really?
They're
So
like,
they
all
can
those
use-
people over there are fat, and we're willing to help. Put it on my wrist.
And we're gonna break our vow of anti-electricity because of it.
Isn't that wild though? Like how simple the problem clearly is. Everybody likes to talk about like, oh, we're eating too much sugar. It's like, no, we eat less sugar. Oh, we're eating too much of this. It's like maybe, but we eat the same amount of food. So it doesn't
Sarah
make
hit
sense.
it on the head. Said people are less active.
Yep,
the
that's
comment
it. They are on average about 14,000 steps per day less active than we used to be.
Now, and I would imagine too, though. I feel like there's a couple just hidden variables in there.
Oh yeah.
With the types of food. Is that an issue? Is that I don't know.
Probably. I would assume that foods we're having today are probably less filling, and so there's also a lot like when you get fat, like when you have too much body fat, your the hormones that control your hunger and your like feelings of fullness get all messed up, and so like basically the more you eat is kind of how it works.
Yeah, interesting.
Caloric intakes are the same, so it's all kind of like like none of that's really that important. Like if people moved and walked as much as we did 100 years ago, they wouldn't be a problem. Like and like that's what the data shows.
Kind of interesting.
And then you factor in things like in 1980, most consumer cars were manuals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've driven a manual car. It clearly takes more calories than an automatic, and you basically can't buy a manual today.
Really? That you think that's enough though to
Think about this. Think about this. So, like, how many? The average American commutes over an hour a day. I think it's like an hour and a half. It's probably this was 2 years ago before everybody started working from home. But like a year and a half ago, it was like an average American spends like an hour and a half a day driving, which is crazy, but it's true.
That's nuts.
So how many
I guess
calories?
45 minutes both ways. That makes sense.
Right. How many calories do you burn in an hour using a manual as opposed to just an automatic? And it's like, it's not many, but let's.
That's rude. I can't believe you brought that on the screen. That's completely what a rude thing for you to do. Specifically, you. My 600-pound life shut down due to coronavirus. Sorry, I feel like you were saying something.
I'm really confused by the head. Oh, the show was shut down.
The show, yeah.
I thought they meant their 600-pound life was. I was like, I think your 600-pound life may become a 700-pound life during coronavirus. Conditions were ideal for improvement in that department. Hoarder.
Were you? Did you have anything else to comment on that?
No, I was just saying, like, even if it's 10 or 20 calories a day, that adds up. Like 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat on your body, and so like, well, if it's 30 calories a day, you're gonna gain 3 pounds a year switching from a manual to an automatic. It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
It
makes sense to me.
Anyways, that's probably.
So the president is trying to eradicate hunger and obesity at the same time. Do you think? Okay, so I asked this question. I'm curious what you think on. Trying to figure out how to word this and not be extraordinarily offensive because
I'd say go for it.
I am not the expert in food intake here in the United States of America, but I am curious. How easy do you think it would be, easy or difficult, to starve to death in the United States of America?
I think it would be impossible.
That's what I said. That's what I said too.
At some point, you would be like committed to a mental institution and be given an IV with calories. I think they would keep you alive.
I think it would be. I think starving to death in the United States would be a Herculean feat.
To be fair, you might cause enough damage before you got to starving that you would die from that. Depending on how. Like if you just stopped eating and they got to you too late, you might die. And you would say like, well, is that of starvation or did you cause kidney failure from what, I don't know.
Yeah.
But your point is correct that you're not going to die alone at your apartment because you don't have any food. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Now we're kind of butting up against this 30-minute mark. You have anything else that you thought was interesting that you found today that you want to talk about?
There's two things.
Dose things for those Spanish-speaking listeners.
We can move through these two very quickly.
I got nothing to do.
Did you see Elon Musk's tweet today?
No.
He is claiming that the Cybertruck is a boat.
No. Like it goes in the water?
The exact quote. I don't have it. You can search it.
I got
it. Read it.
Hold on. Cybertruck will be waterproof enough to serve briefly as a boat, so it can cross rivers, lakes, and even seas that aren't too choppy. Seas, and lakes. Briefly as a boat and crossing a sea seem to be kind of difficult things for me.
I'll be honest, if I'm crossing a sea, I'm not interested in being in something described as briefly a boat.
Yeah,
I'm looking for a permanent boat if I'm crossing a sea.
Cybertruck will be waterproof enough to serve briefly as a boat. I would imagine
I don't know that there's anything other than to say. Just
that's funny.
A bulletproof boat. Briefly. I don't know.
Well, it's not bulletproof, right? Remember that whole thing?
It's bulletproof.
No. Do you remember the video that they showed with
the intentional window break?
Okay, so you're on that side too. I think.
What do you mean on that side? There's no other side.
It was a marketing ploy. I also think it was a marketing ploy that. Hold on, let me see if
you think everything's a marketing ploy, but I agree with you here.
Yeah, I do think everything's a marketing ploy because it is. I'm seeing if I could find the Cybertruck window video so that people are like, "What the heck are you guys talking about?" Oh, here we go. We're on it. If my computer hasn't frozen, there we go. Make that bigger.
Let's show some of the tests. What can we do with this? Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard. It didn't go through. So that's a plus side. Let's try that. Right? Try that on, really? Okay. Sure. What is that actually happened? Of course it happened. What about the glass? Seems like a vulnerability.
Yeah. Okay. So that was what we were talking about. Elon Musk had a thing with his Cybertruck.
I don't feel like we need to talk about this again. Like, everybody's already formed an opinion on this.
We have this is the best comments here. Elon Musk said that the car would be a temporary boat. Ryan says if you jump off a building, you'll briefly fly.
Yep.
Correct. Especially if I have my squirrel suit, which comes with the floofy tail and the teeth.
Nice.
What was the other thing that you were like?
Oh, I feel like we would be remiss to not look at reporters getting their
ass rocked by the hurricane.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that I'm looking for?
I saw a couple.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, and there's also, I did forget about the condom reporter.
Yeah, I don't think that's super interesting. That's a gimmick. I think that's a gimmick.
Gimmick or not, like a floating, a briefly boat truck is a gimmick.
Yeah, true. Weather Channel reporter James Cantor hit by flying tree branch as Category 4.
There's a bunch of videos on here of just madness.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Just came flying by.
Dude, but this could actually be a problem.
Yeah, you think?
Jeez.
Give me a second. You all right there?
Give me a second. Let me get there.
I'm all right. I'm fine. You just can't stand up.
What's the strategy here?
All right.
I'm
letting you guys look at the pictures, okay?
What's crazy is like the cameraman is standing behind clearly a building or whatever, and probably not experiencing that much wind.
Yeah.
Could you imagine then stepping out, like taking one step out from what's blocking the wind and just getting demolished?
What is the strategy? Do you walk upright, or do you so let's just say you're not trying to make TV, right? And you're in this. Do you stand upright and try to walk, or do you get to the ground where the wind is less resistant and crawl?
I'll be honest, I would be asking much bigger questions at that point. Like,
Yeah,
why am I in a
here?
hurricane?
What is the meaning of life?
Why did I decide to live in Florida?
Oh, gotta get the thing off the lens.
Good afternoon from Fort Myers, and this is the worst.
That's false. That's not a good afternoon.
We have come up here for safety from the surge. Look at the wind howling through here, and where we were earlier, it looks like there's 3 or 4 feet of water. Waves crashing over the area from this morning. These winds are howling hurricane force plus and gusting over.
This would be insane to experience. Like,
I would love to experience. I think that'd be fun. We were in Kirsten and I were in San Antonio one time, and there was supposed to be was it Harvey? I think it was Harvey. That it was supposed to hit San Antonio.
Yeah.
And we were like kind of all excited. Like, we went to HEB, everything was sold out. We were kind of like, oh, this is going to be really interesting. Experience a hurricane. And then it went to and just wrecked Houston.
That's right.
And we were honestly a little disappointed. Not to poke fun at any. It's just we were kind of like, oh, this will be a cool experience to experience a hurricane. And then it just went to a completely different city, and all of them were caught off guard because they're like, yeah, it's not going to hit Houston. It's going to go to San Antonio. And then nope. What's this? Dang. I'm gonna not. I don't think we need to hear this necessarily. That is a lot of water. do people have hurricane insurance? How does that work?
I don't know. Generally, flood insurance is excluded. Like I know I grew up in
But it's
Washington State where there's a lot of flooding in certain areas. And I know that flood insurance is not part of your home insurance, at least in Washington State. And getting flood insurance is crazy expensive.
I would imagine.
Because
Well,
if you're in the floodplain, they know, it's gonna flood. So
what do you do? I mean, if this is a natural, so this is a big issues, right?
you
so I think
move somewhere else.
the federal
Right.
government is going to help a lot, I think, which means all of the rest of us, which maybe you like that, maybe you don't, but I don't know. I don't. What happens ultimately?
I don't know.
Is there anything else there? Yeah. Oh, I got to watch this. This guy's wearing a baseball helmet.
Yep.
Which one? Let's go to this one.
I'm honestly shocked that thing is still on. There's no chin strap or anything. Yeah.
Let's go to this guy. Let's see if this guy's any better.
Oh, he's got the GoPro. He's got the GoPro strapped to the chest.
Does he really? Oh, yeah.
I appreciate he went with the face mask
The
model.
face mask is good.
That was a wise choice.
Well, clearly, too, that's a softball helmet. So he went to the women's section of Sports Chalet. Is Sports Chalet still a place? Do those exist anymore?
I don't know.
Dick's Sporting Goods went to the softball section. I want to see somebody get rocked. Is that bad of me? Does that make me a bad person?
That's what we're looking for. That's why
wants
we're
to
here.
see somebody just get annihilated by this thing. Not like die, but like get blown into a something. I think that'd be kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah, did 40 minutes here? Nice. Good times.
Hopefully everyone is safe in Florida.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's safe in Florida. I would imagine that. All right, hold on. I thought of something else. One more thing that I want to bring on.
By the way, I have a pretty good friend in Sarasota, which is right in the middle of a thing. And he said, not really a big deal. He's like, yeah, it's windy.
Yeah. Well, because I think most of it is. Like, I think most people are going to be fine unless they do something dumb, like what I wanted to see and go into the storm, which maybe makes me a bad person. But I think this was super pertinent to the hurricane that I saw the other day that I feel like should be brought on and discussed. The stupid motorist law. Have you ever heard of this?
No, but I like it already.
Stupid motorist law is a law in the U.S. state of Arizona that states that any motorist who becomes stranded after driving around barricades to enter a flooded stretch of roadway may be charged for the cost of their rescue. Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why we thought we needed a law for this.
Well,
isn't this just common sense?
It is, but people file lawsuits, and that's a thing. And that I understand why. I think this should be law everywhere. Like, if you do something objectively stupid, well, that gets sticky. But without
somebody
nuance,
somewhere gets to decide what's objectively stupid.
Yeah,
I would like to volunteer for that position.
I will be the sole arbiter of what is
sounds like a lot of fun.
Objectively stupid. Geez, I wanted to bring a couple of these on. I've seen Darla says I've seen a lot of hurricane footage before where the newscaster was trying to stand up and be Charlie and somebody ended up walking.
I've seen that footage.
Those are the best.
Those are hilarious.
Have you seen the one with the newscaster? Ah, dang it, Darla! Now I gotta find this one. Newscaster canoe. Have you seen this?
I think so.
Today's
Somebody
show
walks
canoe.
right past us.
Severe flooding here in the Northeast as more rain continues to fall today. NBC's Michelle Kaczynski, I guess she's in the canoe, is in Wayne, New Jersey this morning.
Hey,
Michelle, good morning to you.
Good morning.
The flooding is
well,
so
obviously
bad.
We're getting a nice break from the rain, but not the flooding. This is essentially now a part of the Passaic River in this neighborhood. It rushed in yesterday through the street, and it's really tough
It's
to
like
control
3
a
inches
canoe or
tall.
boat when you're
And
out
she
in it.
doesn't
It's much
stop
deeper
either.
back there because
It's much deeper
Actually,
back
Michelle,
there.
I'll take it. Is there some kind of severe drop-off there?
A ride like this,
Wait,
how
did
would
you hear
have
the
to control
question?
a canoe
Yeah, yeah.
or a boat when you're out in it? It's much deeper back there because this is really
Actually, Michelle, I'll take it. Is there some kind of severe drop-off there between the foreground? We'll go back. We saw these guys a second ago, Michelle, walking. Are these holy men walking on top of water? What's going on
why
here?
walk when you can ride, you guys? When you have a ride like this, why would you want to walk?
Have you run ashore
But
yet?
they wouldn't let me go back into the deep water because they were afraid I would just drift out.
Great piece of video there, Michelle.
I wonder. I'm glad they leaned into it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, I'm glad they were like, "Hey, this was a ridiculous thing that happened. Let's not." Yeah, there's a drop off. Also, by the way, there's no drop off that deep. Like,
No.
drop offs don't have even in the ocean.
Even that canoe doesn't look like it should be floating, really.
I don't think
you
it
can
is.
see
It
the tops
probably
of their
isn't.
shoes.
Yeah. Also, look how high it is out of the water.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Any other? I'm skeptical to bring up more comments here because I don't want to have to go into it. Spend another 5 minutes looking up another hilarious video, which I will do. But I don't know. Any last words? Any last thoughts to close out this wonderful session of witty bantering about culture and things happening in the world?
I think we said it. I mean, actual, real, legitimate prayers out to those in Florida. Hopefully, everyone's okay.
Yep.
I think they're probably fine. I think
Dang it.
most likely what we're seeing on the news is exaggerated because it always is. But
You can't
hopefully they're
do
okay.
that, though. That's just rude because my comment was going to be making fun of Joe Biden calling out for a dead person. But when you say a heartfelt, sincere thing, it makes me look like a jerk. So thanks for that.
Well, one of us has to be a good person.
When the shoe fits. All right. Well, I don't know how we end these things other than
We'll try to do better next time.